Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Bob, you've only got to win by one, don't you?
That's all you got to do. First inning, get a run and hold up. Gavin Mixon pitched a heck of a ball game last night. It was a good ball game. I think it was like an hour and 15 minutes out of there, so that's quick.
Wow, that is fast.
That's quick.
Now, tell folks about the change in schedule for this week for the game in BC.
Apparently there's some rain in the forecast for Thursday. So
lots of rain tomorrow.
So the coaches got together and moved it up to today. So we're going to play in Savannah today at 5:30, but the third game's still here at home on Friday at 6 o'clock. So great crowd last night, a lot of excitement. But hats off to Gavin Mixon. That was a fine performance. Struck out 7, gave up only 3 hits, didn't walk a batter. So big win.
Okay, and they got a baseball field there at
their school, right? At their high school.
Okay,
yes,
so we need the gold and white and black and yellow. Get over there and cheer them Jackets on the victory.
It should be a great crowd again over there. Big series.
Okay.
That was a big win.
All right, we've got a brand new guest in here this morning.
Yeah, we're pleased to have our head football coach, John Moore, in the studio for the first time on the world. I'm sure first of many times on the World Famous Butch and Bob Show. But Coach, first of all, thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Appreciate being here.
Again, I got the chance to meet you at the track when you first announced that you were taking the job. Let's go back to that. Tell people where you came from, your little background, your coaching career, and how you got to Wayne County.
Yeah. So after college, started coaching, started playing some pro ball, and then went to, when I was done playing pro ball, I went to coach college ball at Valdosta State, then went to Arkansas State, and then Tusculum University, and then I went down to my alma mater, Bishop Verot, to take over the program there. And then I wanted to get to Georgia because I know the coaching is a little bit better up here. And I took the job at Savannah Country Day. And 3 years later, now I'm here.
You played pro?
Yeah, I had some camps with the Bucks and the Bills, and then I went to Canada and then this Arena League. I hung on to that career as long as I could.
As long as your body let you.
Yeah, exactly.
What position did you play?
Linebacker.
Linebacker, huh? All right, Dick Buckus here and with us.
And your father had an illustrious NFL career, is that correct?
Yeah, my father played for a few years. He was drafted by the Detroit Lions and played with the Cleveland Browns back when they were the Cardiac Kids.
All right, I remember that. So, again, you're here in Wayne County. You're putting your staff together. You already got the spring game set up for May 17th against Johnson Adams Smashers. But let's talk about your staff. I mean, it's always difficult who's staying on the current staff, who you're bringing in. So you mentioned that when they had the meet and greet. But for those who weren't there, tell us how the staff's coming along.
Yeah, staff's coming along. A big hire was getting Tristan Yeomans from West Point. He had interviewed for the head job. And, just speaks to the kind of guy he is, that he was still willing to come after not getting it. And
what will he coach?
He will be special teams coordinator. He'll help me tremendously on offense. He's receivers. And he's also our director of athletic performance. So he'll be doing all of our weightlifting stuff in the school.
All right.
He's doing a great job so far. We're about 2 weeks in, with him at the helm. And the kids are doing great. They're responding well. Dave Poinsett is another guy that's kind of been around the city. He wasn't on J-Bo's staff, but he's been in the school. Veteran O-line coach that everybody speaks very highly of. He actually was in the Arena League at the same time I was, so he remembered my name and remembered some of the incidents I had as far as late hits when I was a player. That's kind of my, and then Yoder is going to stay on and help with the running backs. And then we also have Trey Jackson coming back to kind of help with the O-line as well. So I think the offensive staff is in good hands. And then defensively, still trying to nail down a D coordinator. I have a few guys that I'm going after, but just waiting to see how that kind of plays out. It is kind of late in the hiring process, so just trying to, to navigate that right now. But I was able to retain Scott Brown, who was on J-Bo's staff, and he's a tremendous coach. And I was able to bring Jocelyn Mira, who played for me in high school, went on to play at Tusculum, was all-region player. And he was actually a graduate assistant at Tusculum this past season. So he's going to be coaching our D-line.
So the staff's coming along pretty good. Yeah. Like I said, you already got the game set up for the 17th of May against the Johnson Adams Smashers, so that's a good thing. So I know the fans are excited about that. But when will spring football practice officially kick in?
I'm working on the schedule as we speak. It's looking like May 6th is going to be our start date, and it's looking like afternoon practices, probably 4 to 6 p.m. I'd kind of gone back and forth about doing morning practices, depending on who the coaching staff is, if mornings work better. But I think we're going to be afternoon. I think it's May 11th. We're going to do a little black and gold scrimmage. It'll be a Saturday morning, kind of open to the public. Just get everybody out there, get them excited about the game the following Friday.
Sounds good. Also, tell us a little bit about your family.
My family, so I got my wife Misa and my son Bear. Bear is 4.5, going to be 5 in Thanksgiving. We're trying to navigate that move right now. Trying to sell our house in Savannah and get everybody down here so we can all dive into this community, be a part of it.
How many weeks of spring practice do y'all get? 2?
We get 10 days or 10 practices.
Okay.
We're doing 10 over 11 days. So it's a kind of a built-in day. If we have rain or something like that, we can cancel and still have another extra practice.
Okay.
I know when you accepted the job, I read, you talked about how you were attracted to Wayne County because it's just one high school. Everybody's a Wayne County Yellow Jackets. So talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming from Savannah where it's kind of like the Wild Wild West, and you have, I don't know, it feels like 20 high schools in one county, and they're all competing for the same kids. And at Country Day, we were the highest tuition and highest academic school in town, so we would lose out on a lot of kids. So being able to work the rec leagues and see these kids grow up and see them go into middle school and watch their games and see them come up through the programs, knowing that they're going to be at your school is really attractive to me.
So Savannah Christian was like the Notre Dame of Savannah?
Them, Calvary, Benedictine, yeah. I mean, we
a lot of private schools up there, yeah.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, all recruiting for players.
Yeah.
So, but again, you had a chance to meet some of your players, and now you've been here for a couple of weeks in the weight room every day. How's that going? It's
going great. I mean, the kids have responded really well. Obviously they were a little hurt with Coach Shaw leaving, but I think they're happy that they got me, and they've really embraced me, and everything's been great so far. No complaints.
I think a lot of folks like the fact that you and J-Bo are friends.
Yeah.
And you got like a stamp of approval from him in a sense. He didn't say that officially, but you could tell that he thought that you were a great pick for Wayne County. And he's glad that you're following him up. So it makes people feel like we still got that same type of coach that we come to enjoy the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia Southern football is like a little fraternity, and even though J-Bo and I didn't play together, we all share that same bond, that blue collar mentality that we're going to come in and work hard, and we all see things the same way, generally speaking. So although we don't know each other well, I mean, I know the job that he did here is, I'm going to build off of that.
What years did you play at Georgia Southern?
I was 03 to 06.
03 to 06. Well, I have both of my sons graduated from Georgia Southern. Matt graduated in 2004 with an electrical engineering degree, and my youngest son, Chad, graduated a couple years later with a master's degree in biology. So, been to Georgia Southern a lot.
It's a great school, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd ask you, a lot of people talk about our facilities. You're in the weight room. They talk about how it's hard to get everybody in the weight room. So, just want to get your thoughts overall. I'm sure you had a chance to drive around, look at everything. So,
I mean, obviously, everybody wants the shiny new toys and great facilities, but I mean, they're serviceable, and I've won with less, so I think we'll be okay. It's just managing your time and space well, and being able to, we're not gonna be able to fit 100 kids in that weight room, but if half of them are watching film while the other half lifts, and then you swap. I mean, there's ways around it, and you just gotta get a little creative. But I do think, there is a new weight room in the plans, and hopefully that's sooner rather than later.
How do you spell your last name?
Mohring.
Okay, Mohring.
Mohring.
Okay, because a lot of times people hear that and they say, Mohring, because you have Mohring, folks. Coach John Mohring.
Yep.
And you go by John?
John, yeah, coach.
Okay. Coach, well, coach mainly, but
Yeah.
some people are named John, go by Jack. For some reason, I
Yeah.
have no idea. I've employees in the past that have been named John, but they go by Jack, and I'm thinking it's the same 4 letters. Why do you change? But just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So folks get the names right.
How about your coaching style? Like I said, a lot of coaches, they wait and see what kind of personnel got and then decide what kind of offense and defense. But you got, or other coaches are just traditional. I've got this offense and defense, they're going to run it. So what's your offense and defense, and what's your philosophy on that?
Yeah, I mean, my defense is, it's multiple. It's, a 4-3, but it can mesh into a 3-4 very easily. And we do show both. And then offensively, you have to work to your strengths. And, some coaches like, this is my scheme, this is what I do. Whereas, like, if you have 4 good receivers, well, you probably want to be in some kind of spread offense, spreading the field, making them cover all 53 yards. But, we'll use whatever we have that we think's best. And also, I'm a big believer in 2 platoon and trying to keep, your defense, and your offense, so that you can stay fresh. So in those big games, you don't have guys that are going both ways and are gassed. So it's just finding that happy balance, between who's a better defensive player, what's left for offense, and trying to balance that out.
Wayne County's got one superstar athlete. Again, ESPN listed the top 100 players in the country, and Tavion Wallace came in at number 61, and he still hasn't decided on where he's going. So I'm sure that recruiting process continues. So have you gotten involved in that at all?
I've received a few phone calls already. As soon as I got the job, I had, Florida State and Clemson and some of these other schools reaching out to ask about him. But, he's a great kid. I mean, yes, sir, no, sir. Everything's been, he's a very polite kid, and obviously he's super talented. So I look forward to coaching him, especially being a fellow linebacker, watching him develop and grow under me.
A lot of talent coming back from last year's team, for sure. So let's say something to build on.
Yeah, I mean, everybody talks about the 24 or 26 seniors that left, and obviously that, you have to fill that void, but there's a ton of talent. I mean, we ran 40s the other day, and multiple kids running under 4.6. That's new for me.
Do you get out there and show them how to do it, Coach?
I got in a stance to kind of show them the stance, but
you didn't.
I don't want to pop a hammy on the first day.
Blocks, huh?
No, that wouldn't be wise.
Also in the studio with us is the new Touchdown Club president, Michael Lewis. Michael, always good to have you in Touchdown Club.
Appreciate y'all having us.
Raises a bunch of money for this football program, and it's all about fundraising. So what's on your list of notes over there?
Well, we're just happy to have Coach Mooring. I tell you, we're fortunate to get him, and so proud to have him and his family come to the community. But, yeah, we're going to have a junior jacket camp, and it's going to be on Saturday, April the 27th. From 8 to 12, and it'll be from ages 4 to 14. And it'll be at the stadium, and the cost is going to be $75 per camper. And that needs to be paid by April the 22nd to be guaranteed a T-shirt. And they'll also get to run out of the tunnel at the spring game and what have you. And the form is on the Touchdown Club Facebook page, or you can call Holly at 912-427-7206. That's 424-7206, and she's working on a special guest coach. And also, I've been talking to Weston Franklin. I think Weston's going to come back and try to help that day too with the camp. And as you know, Bob, whatever it costs us a lot of money for these kids, week in and week out, week in and week out. But this camp, hopefully we can raise some money or whatever, for the Touchdown Club. And we also going to have a raffle that's for a Beretta A400, a Browning X-Bolt Medallion 270, and a Browning X-Bolt Hunter 6.5 Creedmoor. And that drawing will be held on August 11th at 7:30 at Autumn Hall Steak and Seafood. You can also call Holly on that too if you need to pay by credit card. And tickets will also be at Parker Insurance, Sheffield's, Lewis Hunt Supply, and Ian Green's going to have some at Ag South. But we just appreciate everybody supporting us, because it does take a lot of money every week. People don't realize how much it costs to take care of these kids throughout the whole year and these away games and what have you. So, and we appreciate all the support.
The football camp that's coming up, someone text in, is the football camp for boys and girls, or does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
You just show up and have a good time learning.
But just be sure and get it paid by April the 22nd if you want your kid to have a T-shirt.
Okay.
And
Coach, I'm curious. You got a touchdown? Did you have a touchdown club down in Savannah?
No, we didn't.
you
We had a
go.
booster club for our school, but it was kind of all encompassing for all sports, and wasn't able to do a lot of the fundraising stuff because of the steep tuition. So this is awesome, that we were able to do
Told
this.
you about the regular nightly touchdown weekly meetings.
Yeah, I'm up for all of it. I love it.
It's great food for sure.
Yeah.
it really
Good
is.
fellowship. A lot of football fans show up. They like to hear what the coach has to say, preview the game. A lot of, I guess, all the 7-on-7s you're getting those ready for this. Just like I said, as soon as school ends, it's quickly cranks right back up with the 7-on-7s, things like that. And that's really where everything. That's you see it more and more from college to pro. Everybody's flinging that football over the place.
Yeah.
Those 7-on-7s really help.
Yeah, we're scheduled to go to Georgia Southern in June. I think it's June 21st. We're gonna go to Georgia Southern for a 7-on-7 tournament, but we also have to get our offense and stuff installed in a quick amount of time. I anticipate with the role that our baseball team's on, I'm not gonna have those kids for spring ball, so being able to get them caught up, in a couple of weeks and being able to go compete in a tournament is that'll be a challenge, but.
And how's the working relationship between you and Coach McDonald?
Great. Great guy. One of the reasons I want to take the job, working with a guy like that that's so involved and obviously a great baseball coach.
Again, if you're just joining us, Coach John Moore, our new head football coach, is in town. So you said you bring your family. Have you found a location yet, or somebody said you're building a house?
Yeah, yeah.
So you got a lot going
You're
on.
what?
Yeah,
You're building a house?
I bought a lot. We're going to build a house, but we'll be renting probably for the first 6 to 8 months. So
It'll be longer than that.
yeah, hopefully not, but we'll see.
Always add quite a bit when you get into construction.
Yeah,
My son Matt and his wife Mandy just got through building a house, and it was like 6-8 months longer, but it's so it just takes a little longer.
we get a little pressure from the touchdown club. Might
A little
get them
pressure. Use your inroads to the touchdown club to get those contractors working hard. And heavy,
exactly.
The Georgia High School Association didn't do us any favors. They put us in this new region for the next 2 years, and it's a loaded region with a lot of quality football teams. Benedictine, Ware County, Perry High School. Your thoughts on this region and how Wayne County stacks up?
Yeah, I love it. I don't know how it stacks up because I haven't really got a chance to dive into the film yet. And, obviously I know Benedictine from their being in Savannah with me, but, I look forward to it. I tried to schedule Benedictine at Country Day, and, our admin didn't want to do that. But, now I get to play them anyway. So I look forward to it. Every week you have to be on your game. There's no real bye week. Every team's a good winning program, so you gotta be ready for that, and the boys have to be ready for the grind of the season.
That's good gate money.
Yeah.
Good crowds. Pierce County's on the schedule. That's always a good crowd. Appling County, everybody knows that, Robert. Have they informed you about that big war between Wayne and Appling?
I've heard, yeah.
border war.
Yeah.
They've already told you about that?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit.
Was y'all talking about someone named Holly? Because someone just texted in. Holly's number is either one of y'all.
Yeah, I gave it out a while ago.
Oh, okay,
It's,
okay.
912-424-7206.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we gave that out, and someone just texted in too. Okay.
Well, again, Coach, we appreciate you coming in. Like I said, hopefully this is the first of many times we've got you on the World Famous Butch and Bob Show. But again, looking forward to Friday Night Lights. Looking forward to the spring game. That's going to take place at JC Stadium. I'm sure there'll be some type of mission, but we'll get all that information out to everybody. But what do we know about the Johnson Adams Smashers? You're familiar with them.
Yeah.
I asked somebody. There's so many schools in Savannah. Sometimes you forget that they're still around because we haven't played them in ages. But so the Johnson Adams Smashers still have a high school.
Yeah, they we played them last year at Country Day, and they're a good team. They have a new coaching staff. My first year we played them, they were loaded, and it's just kind of cyclical. They graduated a big senior class, so I anticipate them being much better this year. and we were supposed to play them for spring game at Country Day. And when I left, they had asked if we could continue the game down at Wayne County. So I didn't know if Country Day was going to hold a spring game because they didn't have a coach at the time. So I just jumped at it to an opportunity to have a game instead of doing a black and gold scrimmage.
All right. But you said you're going to have a scrimmage before the game. Explain
Yeah,
that
we'll do
again.
we'll do a scrimmage on that Saturday before, just to kind of go through our operations and stuff. First time really hitting that before May 17th. The scrimmage will be just like a real game. Just special teams will be dead. But we'll still line up on our teams out there and go through the operational part of it. And I'm trying to talk the bands into coming so we can get them involved and help out with this game day atmosphere.
Is that going to be a night thing?
Yeah,
Saturday night.
7 o'clock, I think, or 7:30.
Right. Look forward to that. Sounds fun. Like I said, it seems like you hit the ground running, got everything going, get your staff together. So and it'll be nice to see Trey Jackson back on that sidelines again. It's a big guy.
Yeah, you won't miss them.
Yeah, that's what I don't know if he can fit through this door. I mean, that's a big boy.
I don't know if y'all seen Weston Franklin lately, but he's a
He's
big
a
one
big
too.
one. He's a man
He's a
too.
big one too. Yeah.
It's amazing how these kids grow. You can see from one year to the next, or sometimes, of course, y'all see them during the summer. But even I remember when I was in high school, Wayne County High School. You'd get out and the first week in June, and you'd see somebody. We didn't start back until the week before Labor Day weekend. How much somebody can just grow during the summer, more or less over a year, and it's just phenomenal. The way that happens with the just genetics, and then of course the weight room these days. Y'all were talking about the weight room and stuff. I remember our weight room, Wayne County High School. We had a few things out in the hallway there in the athletic area and around the gym area, and that was it. Now you got weight rooms. It's amazing, Coach, how the weight rooms and the conditioning, before the season is so important now, where it wasn't years ago, but it is now.
Yeah, it's huge. It's probably the single most important thing in a football program, and the fact that we have it built into our school day and using the first and second block in the spring to lift the football boys, I mean, that's huge because now you don't have to worry about it after school. It doesn't interfere with spring sports. And then in the fall, outside of practice, you get 90 minutes with them every day in the weight room. So.
And not only that, you've got they're like the girls softball team and the volleyball teams.
Yeah.
They're in the weight room too.
Everybody.
Everybody's in there. The baseball team, everybody's in the weight room now.
Yeah, everybody gets a little chance during the school day.
Yeah, I was in track at Wayne County High School, and we didn't even those guys in track. We never lifted weights. we just did what we're supposed to do. And of course, we had a lot of football players out there, running track and stuff like that, and field and track and field, But it's just so big these days. I mean, without a good weight program, you're way behind.
Yeah.
We've got to get us a new weight room. We've got to have it. People just don't realize how important it is. Just like Coach just said, that's one of the major deals with our program, football, and now a lot of the other sports can't even get in there and use the weight room. There's no room.
And they mentioned, we need to mention it again and stress that because I had people say, well, it's just for football. No, it's not just for football. It's for all athletes.
It's
female athletes, male athletes. I mean,
Yeah.
it's amazing how many female athletes are now hitting the weight room constantly, getting bigger, faster, stronger.
And
That's
it's
what
not
it's all
for
about.
them to bulk up. It's for them to tone up.
Yeah.
You make those muscles stronger, the tendons and ligaments, everything else stronger. So if you're hitting the golf ball, it's going further. If you're playing tennis and serving, it goes faster and everything. You just need a good weight room where all the athletes can get there and participate. I remember when the Wayne County High School started back. The one that you're at right now was built and started in 2002, and boy, that was a state-of-the-art weight room. I mean, we were proud of that thing, and it's amazing. After a generation now, we need a bigger one.
Oh, yeah,
we
way
gotta have a
behind
bigger
on
one.
it.
Way behind.
Way behind.
Gotta build a bigger one. So we're starting the fun. We'll put the jar out here on our counter.
I like that.
Yeah, Wayne County weight room. We'll put a jar out there. Put your
again-
dollars in there.
Again, parents, just please, get your kids signed up. This is going to be fun, and look to see a lot of people out there. And again, if you have any questions or whatever, you can give Holly a call. And her number again is 912-424-7206.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, Coach. Welcome to Wayne County and Jesup. Glad that you're our head football coach and assistant athletic director. Now, you're in class now. Do you do anything in class? I'm sure you have to.
Yeah, I run the football weights with Tristan. and then I help out with my sport duties after school.
Somebody just texted in, the weight room is not much better than it was when you were in school, Butch. Yeah, it is. It is. Lots come since 68 to 72. All right. Well, Coach, thanks for coming in this morning and sharing your time with us. And we look forward to having you back on here many times. Bob, you'll see Bob a lot.
Look forward to it.
And just welcome and glad you're here.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for having us.
All right. Take care. All right. The world famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup has been brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn & Associates. Coming up in just a minute or so, we got the latest news from Fox News. Got some giveaways coming your way soon, so keep tuned in for your chance to win.